Hello, my loves. Welcome to week 3 of Purge in Progress. Thank you so much and congratulations if you have made it this far. If you are just joining us, please go back and start on week 1 and just continue, through your own pace as we go through this. Week 3 is all about peace, priorities, and protection. Okay? That is what we're going to be focusing on this week: peace, priorities, and protection. And you know what, you guys? Like this process, I told y'all I started this in May actually, as far as like my own personal um 40-day challenge. I completed it in May. I wanted to do it again for June, but I didn't end up doing it. I just continued getting up in the morning and doing my prayer, my yoga, and my journaling. And then I was like, okay, for July, I'm going to bring it back out to the public. So I feel like I've been on this journey for a while now. And I feel blessed, y'all. I just feel so blessed. I feel so grateful. I feel so much clearer. Um, yeah, like I just feel like so many beautiful things are happening within me right now that the outside can only go up from here. And so I'm just excited to witness that, to lean into that, and to go through that process. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I don't know how y'all are feeling, but I am feeling good through this. I did go ahead and write down the journals today so I can actually read them to you guys from my journal. Um, so, of course, we're going to do that. We're going to talk about our ritual. This ritual, I absolutely am excited to do again. I might even come and do it with you guys, at least part of it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens because y'all know I don't like to do my rituals on camera. But with this one, I kind of want to do the first part of the ritual at least with you guys. I don't know why. I just feel like I should. So, with that being said, I've been trying to be obedient and not prideful. So, I probably will do that, even if I don't do the full ritual with you guys, because the ritual is 10 steps. I will do probably steps 1 through 5, and then I'll let you guys do the bath, the candle, and the additional psalms on your own. Okay? Now, let's get into these journals. First and foremost, again, this week we're focusing on peace, priorities, and protection. We want to bring peace to our minds, first and foremost. We want to prioritize and organize our ideas, both physically, spiritually, and mentally. And we want to invoke protection, because at the end of the day, we are living in crazy times, and let's just be honest, crazy things are coming. I've told you guys since 2020 that this was going to happen. I'm not about to go into all of it in this video because this is not about that, but we definitely are in a time when you need to stay prayed up and you need to stay protected. Okay, there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on. Our root chakras are being attacked every single day. Our solar plexus chakras are being attacked every single day. And we need to reinforce that energy of safety, security, comfort, and confidence. Okay? Period. So make sure that you take the time this week to focus on that intentionally. Now, let's go ahead and get into these journals. The first question is, in what ways do you unintentionally allow others to cross your personal boundaries, violating your sense of self? Reflect on the patterns of behaviors that enable this intrusion and consider how you can establish and reinforce healthier boundaries. So I allow others to cross my boundaries by not speaking on how I really feel about things and lowering my standards to make others feel comfortable. By holding myself accountable for upholding my own character standards and more consistently communicating my needs, or no, That's what I put for how can I establish and reinforce healthier boundaries. So by holding myself to my own character standards and consistently communicating my needs. Um, Let me go into this a little bit more in depth with you guys, even though I didn't write more in depth in my journal. So for me, I'm really good at setting my boundaries and letting them be what they are, boundaries, and holding everybody around me accountable for my boundaries. Like, I'm really good at doing that. But when it comes to people that I really love, people that I'm really close to, like my wife, my mother, um, I'm a little bit more lenient. I'm a little bit more lenient. I'm a little bit more relaxed. I can take in a lot and then shut down. So I need to stop doing that. And that's what I mean by I allow others to cross my boundaries by not speaking how I really feel about things and lowering my standards to make myself feel comfortable. If the standard is I don't want to talk about this because it drains me, and every time you call me, you're calling me to complain, to be messy, talk about somebody else, or play victim, and I don't want to talk about it, that means I don't want to talk about it. I don't care if you're having a bad day and you just need to vent. I don't care if, something just really upsets you and you just felt like you needed to talk to somebody. I don't care if I'm the only voice that's going to calm you down. I don't care. If I say I don't have the capacity for it, I don't have the capacity for it. And I need to stand by that, because what happens is I'll say I don't have the capacity for it, but I'll take it in anyway, and then I'll get irritated, and then I'm not even handling the situation the way that I want to handle the situation. I'm handling the situation with offense, anger, frustration, and dissonance, because I don't want to deal with it, and it's just like, if that's how I feel, then I just shouldn't deal with it. And I'll give you guys a perfect example of that. Me and my mother are very close. I talk to her almost every day. If we don't talk every day, every 72 hours, I need to talk to my mama. Okay? Like, if I don't, I feel like something is wrong. Even though me and my mama are close, she gets on my nerves because it's just always something with her. It's always something. It's always a problem. It's always this. She always fussing, complaining. Like, and she just can't get her life together. Like, I don't know what's going on, but she just can't get her life together. She's trying, and she has a great spirit, great heart, but it's just like something is not clicking. I keep telling her she needs to go to therapy. Anyway, with all that being said, I get tired of hearing about it. I get tired of hearing her fuss about her environment, no matter where she's at. I get tired of her saying that everybody is against her, no matter who it is. I get tired of her always fussing about my grandma and the problems that she's had with her for years, that she exposed me to, that now me and my grandma have problems. And it's just draining. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. If you're not calling me to tell me, hey, daughter, I love you. I miss you. How you doing? This is how my day went. This is what I'm working on. Because at this point, every time I talk to you, you're calling me to calm you down. You're calling me to advise you. You're calling me to basically be your therapist. I'm not getting paid to be your therapist. You're my mother. I've been being your therapist since I was 4 years old. I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it. So a couple of months ago, I told her, don't talk to me about my grandmother. Don't talk to me about her. I don't want to talk to her. Me and her are not talking. I'm not talking to her for a reason. And I don't want to talk about her. Talking about her and the ways in which she hurts you triggers me. And I don't want to talk about it. Talk to your therapist about it. Write it down in your journal. I don't want to talk about it. Every time you bring up to me and you start fussing about my mama, because I call her mama. Every time you start fussing to me about my mama, I'm be like, all right, mama, I love you. Bye. I'll talk to you later. And at first, I was a little lenient. I would let her get in a couple of sentences, and then I'd be like, okay, mama, But now I'm just like, next topic, or I'm hanging up. Love you. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to deal with it. And I'm not going to lower my standards and feed into you because I have some of these same frustrations with this woman just to trauma bond, because I don't want a trauma bond, and I don't want your trauma draining me. I'm tired of it. So I really have started to stand on that boundary, but that's just one example of what I wrote down. As far as holding myself to my own character standards, it's like I said, for me to be listening to you talk about this woman who I am not in communication with for my own reasons, who I really don't even care to talk negatively about, let alone talk about at all. But I'm agreeing with you because we have the same frustrations with her. You know, I'm bringing up situations. It's just like, no, I don't need to talk about it. If I don't want you to talk to me about your trauma with her, I'm not going to talk to you about my trauma with her. I'm going to talk to my therapist about it. I'm going to talk to my journal about it. I'm going to talk to my wife about it, whatever the case may be. Okay? And I have to hold myself to that standard. And that's just an example of one of the things. As far as consistently communicating my needs, the way that I consistently have been communicating to my mother, I don't want to talk about this stuff. I don't want to be immersed in your trauma. Do not call me in hysterics, crying because I can't deal with it. I have to communicate my needs to other people in regards to other boundaries and things. I can't just allow people to do whatever they want to do and not say anything and expect them to change because my energy is changing. It just doesn't work like that. If I haven't communicated and my energy changes, they may not know what the hell is going on with me. They may think I'm just having a bad day or I'm just frustrated or whatever the case may be. If I communicate and then you still are not comprehending and I'm having to constantly keep communicating and my energy changes, that's a different situation. But if I just change my energy without communicating, that doesn't give you any cues. That takes me out of my authenticity. I don't want to be inauthentic. Okay? And so that's kind of a way in which I feel like I unintentionally allow other people to cross my personal boundaries. I allow them to put me in a place of being inauthentic because I'm quick to withdraw. And I don't want to be that person because I'm not. I'm really not. I am nice. Like anybody, I mean, I'm not nice. I am kind, okay? Anybody that knows me knows I'm a kind person. I'm a sweetheart. Like I'm very loving, I'm very nurturing, but I'm also very direct. I'm straight, cut and dry, to the point. So I'm not one of those people that's going to hold your hand and baby you through your trauma, especially if I feel like it's cyclic and you've been in this place before and you didn't do anything about it. I'm not doing that. And whenever I make myself do that on account of love, on account of friendship, on account of respect of relationships and history, I always end up being inauthentic and getting frustrated. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, and I'm not doing it. Period. Second question. Let me just say the question again for you guys. In what ways do you unintentionally allow others to cross your personal boundaries, violating your sense of self? And how can you establish and reinforce healthier boundaries? Okay, that is the question for question 1. All right, I just answered that. Now let's go ahead and move on to question 2. Imagine holding a ball of fire in your hand, representing the power to burn something or someone without consequences. If given this opportunity, who or what would you choose to ignite and why? Reflect on the underlying reasons behind your choice and what it signifies in your life. I wrote that I would ignite procrastination, self-doubt, and ignorance on fire because I feel like they are qualities that can only hinder or destroy me. For me, this signifies progress, success, wisdom, and abundance. Okay? Again, the question, imagine holding a ball of fire in your hand, representing the power to burn something or someone without consequences. If given this opportunity, who or what would you choose to ignite and why? Okay? I don't want to ignite nobody on fire and watch them burn alive. Like, not a real person. There is only one person that I can genuinely say I don't like, and if I see them, I might punch them in the face. Only one person. Only one. Everybody else, it's like I may not care for them or their energy, but it just is what it is. Like, it's cool. I don't have no tension. There's no, like, it just is what it is. Like, the energies just don't mesh. There's literally one person, like I said, that I do not like, that I feel like if I see them, I might be liable to punch them in the face. There's only one person. Even her, I would not light her on fire. I wish her the best. I still want to punch her in the face, though. I do. I'm not gonna lie. But I would not light the girl on fire. So for me, this was not a thing of lighting people on fire and needing to burn and release what they did to me and all of that and just not thinking that they're good people. This was not that. For me, there are things, qualities that I need to light on fire that serve me no purpose at all. Procrastination serves no purpose in my life. The only thing that it does is deter me from my goals, deter me from my accomplishments, and puts me under pressure because it pushes out my deadlines. The only thing that self-doubt does for me is keep me in a loop of self-criticism, self-sacrifice, isolation, and shame. Nothing positive comes out of that. Nothing that I can use to my benefit. Nothing at all. Not a thing. Ignorance. I'm not an ignorant person. I'm actually very educated, very wise, okay? But sometimes I don't apply the knowledge that I have. Sometimes I don't take action with the intellect that I have, and that's ignorant. That's ignorant as hell. Because when you know better, you do better. So what purpose is ignorance serving me? It's not bringing me no bliss because I know better. So I'm tormented by the fact that I actually know better. So ignorance needs to go. Burn it to the ground. Goodbye. Those are my three. Okay. And again, why would I do it? They're not serving any positive purpose in my life. And the burning them down, it signifies progress for me. It signifies success. It signifies a breath of fresh air. It signifies my wisdom, my growth, and my abundance. And baby, I'm here for all of that. All of that. Do you hear me? Okay? Question 3. During your darkest moments, what brings about feelings of emptiness and unworthiness? Explore the factors or experiences that contribute to this emotional state, and seek to understand their impact on your well-being. Woo, y'all. I don't know if I want to tell y'all this. This is very vulnerable, okay? But here's my answer, okay? When I don't have money, I feel unworthy. The fact that I don't get the recognition, support, nor consistency of community that I feel I deserve makes me feel unworthy. The fact that I don't really associate with my family and have parents who I feel like, although well-intended, do not offer me their best because they can't offer it to themselves makes me feel empty and unworthy. This really fuels my self-doubt, feelings of inferiority, and procrastination, which add to my anxiety, stress, and depression. It leads me towards distractions and self-medication that I know is not fixing the problem. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what brings me feelings of emptiness and unworthiness. That is how it contributes to my emotional state. And writing that out clear and plain like that, I was like, it's like I know this, like I knew it before I wrote it out. But writing it out clear and plain like that, it's like, first of all, some of these things you can't control. So why are they fueling your sense of emptiness and unworthiness so much? Because that doesn't make any sense. But second of all, you need to deal with the root of these issues because this is some deep shit. I literally said when I don't have money, I feel unworthy. And I do. If my bank account gets below a certain number, I have a whole attitude. Like, I'm irritated. I have anxiety. I feel like I'm a failure. And I know it's part of it is the Capricorn in me. Like, I literally have Capricorn in my third house. I'm a Capricorn sun. I am a Capricorn North Node. And, Capricorns are very much 10th house energy. We want to appear successful. We want to be successful. We want to achieve. And it's not that we're materialistic, but in this world that we live in, materials kind of show your worth. So for me, I don't want bags, I don't want shoes, I don't want like expensive luxury items, but I want land. I want a house. I want to be able to travel whenever I see fit. I want to be able to go to the store and buy that dress that I want, even if it's over $100. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm cheap, but the whole point that I'm making is I do feel unworthy when I don't have money. When I don't have money, I feel like I can't do anything. I can't support myself. I can't invest and feed into my vision. I can't support my root chakra needs. And y'all, I have a whole wife who is a partner who definitely does help me out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like if I have money, I'm missing out on things automatically. Sometimes that's the case. That's not always the case. But the fact that I even associate my monetary value with my worth is just, it doesn't align with my values. Because no matter how much money I have, I'm still me. I still have the same gifts. I still have the same personality. I still have the same heart. I still have the same talent. And it's just like I have to stop thinking so much about the money. The money will come. I need to focus more on the experience and the impact, and that will better fuel the flow for getting the money. And writing this out really helps me to realize that. I said that it makes me feel unworthy that I don't feel like I get the recognition, support, nor consistency of community that I feel I deserve. Well, that is true. Sometimes I feel like I do all of this and it's fucking crickets. And I'm like, nobody really wants to listen to you. Nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody really cares about their spiritual journey. Everybody is just focused on bullshit. Like, I literally will say shit like that to myself. I will. But that's not true. It's not true. And then, not only do I say things like that to myself, but I withdraw. I will not make a video unless it's for my Moonchild tribe. I will not come online and post anything, say nothing. I will completely retreat. And today, Spirit showed me this is not about you. So you're up here, you're feeling unworthy because you feel like you don't get the recognition, support, and consistency of community that you need or that you feel like you deserve. But then you can't even be consistent. You're up here talking about you're not getting the recognition, support, nor consistency of community that you need, and you don't even realize that this is not about you. This is bigger than you. One day, a year from now, somebody is going to watch this same video that I posted today, and they're going to receive a very profound message from this. And that's going to be way bigger than me getting 100 comments and 300 shares on this video. The impact is what's important. So whether I'm impacting and changing one person's life, whether I'm impacting and changing 10 people's lives, whether I'm impacting and changing 100 people's lives, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I am making an impact. I know that. I have seen it. It has been confirmed, and I need to lead with that. I also need to understand, again, this is not about me. It's bigger than me. So while I'm up here being needy, needing the validation, right? Needing the recognition, needing the support that looks like likes, comments, shares. so that I can bring in more people, right? While I'm up here needing all of that, this is not this process, this purge and progress process that I personally am doing is for me, yes. But my business, the work that I do is bigger than me. And when I think about that, it makes me take away that feeling of feeling unworthy because I don't have this many followers. I don't have this many readings booked today. I don't have this. I don't have that. Okay. And I had to really reframe that as I was writing this out because it really hit me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it really hit me in the chest. Okay. Um, the fact that I don't associate with my family and have parents who I feel, although are well intentioned, do not offer me their best. That does make me feel unworthy, but that is something that's outside of my control. And the only thing that I can do is just go to therapy, write about it, and pray about it. I feel like my mother is lost in her own trauma, and I've been trying to save her for so long, and I can't save her. She has to want to save herself. My father, just to give y'all a brief history, I met this man at my high school graduation because he was in jail. He probably got out of jail a year or two before I graduated from high school, although I still did not see him. Um, him and my family are pretty close because his sister used to be married to my great uncle. So the whole time he was in jail, he was in communication with certain people that are close to my family, close to me, yet he never reached out to me, nor did his family, and they all know that I exist. So then he gets out. I welcome him with open arms. Um, our relationship is cool, but still I feel like I'm the one that's making all the effort. He's not really doing too much. I'm not seeing you unless I'm inviting you somewhere. I'm not hearing from you unless I call you. You know, I'm not getting anything from you unless I ask. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know, if you're going to step in and say that you want to be a father, you need to be active. You need to be attentive. You need to be hands on. You need to take initiative. Otherwise, I don't want anything to do with it. So I had a conversation with him about that. I ended up moving to a different city. I let it go. I still was dealing with him on my terms because he hadn't really improved. But when I got married and he wasn't being hands on and he was being absent and he was being flippant, I just decided I'm going to cut him off altogether and I blocked him. I did. I'm not going to lie. I did. I blocked him. Haven't talked to him since. The only thing I did was send him a long text message basically going off on him, not cursing him out, but going off on him, telling him about myself because my aunt came to me and told me some things that he said that were not true about why I'm not talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like both of them did not do their job as parents. My daddy didn't do his job at all. My mama, because of her own trauma, she really checked out as a mom when I was 15 or 16 years old. And I feel like that's when you need your mom the most. That's when you need parental guidance the most. That's when you need mentorship and somebody to look up to the most because you don't know who you are. You're impressionable and things are coming at you every which way. I feel like I did not have that. And it does make me feel unworthy. It makes me feel like, damn, did I not deserve to have a mentor as a teenager? Did I not deserve to have a dad who wants to actively be there for me and take initiative? Like, why don't I deserve that? Like, why can't y'all rise to the occasion and be the parents that you know you should be? Why do I have to beg y'all to do that? But then I have to tell myself my parents are people. And again, I can't control their process of healing and their journey. So I have to just meet them where they are and temper down my expectations if I am going to deal with them. And I have done that with my mother, but I'm not ready to do that with my father because I'm just not. I have a lot of things and I'm still angry with him for it. Okay? But that's the explanation of that. And then as far as the rest of my family, I've never really been close to them because my mom is the black sheep of the family. She literally used to have to go pick all of my cousins up and drive them to the other side of town to come and spend time with me. Once we got to the age where we had our own friends, I really wasn't hanging out with them anyway. And that's just that. Like, I feel like they're dysfunctional, to be honest. And I don't, like, I'm cool on it. But do I want a tribe? Yes. I just want a tribe that's more for me. They're not that. They all call me white girl. They tease me because I'm into weird things. and I dress different, and I like crystals, and I talk a little proper, and I think education is important, and I just feel like no, it's not the type of quality of people that I want to be around. But then it's like, this is what I was born into. So am I really worthy of a higher quality? You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that I sit and think about. Identify your biggest criticism of others and reflect on how this criticism might apply to yourself as well. Explore any blind spots or areas where you may exhibit similar behaviors or tendencies, gaining insight into your own growth areas. First and foremost, I just want to say I don't really criticize other people. I am my own worst critic. When I do criticize other people, it's usually people that I know and love. I'm not like judging and criticizing people from a distance. That's just not my jam. I wasn't raised like that. Like, I'm just not a judgmental type of person. I might see some fuck shit, but I'm not gonna judge you for it. I'm gonna just be like, it is what it is. But what did I write down? Because I did want to give you guys something to go on. I wrote down my biggest criticism of others is stupidity, ignorance, or inauthenticity. Because when I do find myself criticizing people, that's what I'm usually fussing about. Something extremely stupid, somebody being fake or not true to who they are, or people just being blissfully ignorant and annoying. Okay? I think I've evolved past those qualities for the most part, but I can admit that in the past, I was very ignorant on some things. My actions, my words were very ignorant. I was inauthentic because I wanted to fit into spaces that were not for me. And I did some stupid shit because I was young and dumb. At this point, do I feel stupid? No. Do I feel ignorant? No. Do I feel inauthentic? No. Do those things still rise up in me from time to time? Yes. But I don't feel like, not at the level that I be criticizing, just to be 100% honest. Name an area of life where you tend to see things in black and white, such as categorizing situations as good or bad, right or wrong, spiritual or unspiritual, nice or nasty. Reflect on these shades of gray that you may be overlooking, the nuances or complexities that exist within that area, and how embracing those subtleties can lead to a more balanced perspective. I've skipped a question, you guys. Sorry. There's one before that. It says, take a moment to contemplate the affirmation, I deserve pleasure in my life. How do these words resonate with you? Reflect on the truth behind this statement and consider if it aligns with your beliefs and experiences. I do believe I deserve pleasure. The statement makes me feel empowered. It definitely aligns with my beliefs and my experiences. I believe that I should be able to enjoy life. I believe that I'm entitled to the pursuit of happiness. I believe that joy, abundance, and favor are my birthright, and I definitely deserve pleasure. I don't feel any negative ways about that. So that's my answer to that. It makes me feel empowered. Name an area in your life where you see things in black and white, such as categorizing situations as good or bad, right or wrong, spiritual or unspiritual, nice or nasty. Reflect on the shades of gray that you may be overlooking, the nuances or complexities that exist within that area, and how embracing those subtleties can lead to a more balanced perspective. I've been working hard on not allowing myself to put things into a box. I'm not focused right now on duality. I'm focused on integration and balance. So there is no area of my life where I'm seeing things in black and white. I'm seeing things as good or bad. I'm seeing things as wrong, spiritual, unspiritual, nice, nasty. I'm very much in a space right now where everything is gray. Everything is gray. Everything is gray. Everything is gray. The only thing that I would say is black and white is my intentions, which those are not things that I feel should be gray. Good and bad are relative. Okay, everybody has a different definition of what good and bad look like, although inherently we do share the same values on what good and evil are. Everybody has a different definition of what good and bad look like in reality, and we all have to find balance. We just do. We all have to find balance because we're not always going to be able to be good, and we're just not always going to be able to lean into the bad either. It just is what it is. Spiritual or unspiritual, at the end of the day, if we are spirits having a human experience and we are all connected to everything, the animals, the heavens, the water, the sky, the trees, everything is spiritual. There is no unspiritual. Everything is spiritual. So there is no, everything is spiritual and unspiritual at the same time. Just we are spirit and human at the same time. There is no this or that for me. Nice or nasty, y'all know me. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a nice, nasty queen. Okay? So there is no nice or nasty. It's very much, you gonna get this nice, nasty, and I'll be kind. And that's it. Okay? Bye. Like, that's just me. For some of you guys, that may not be the case, and I want you to elaborate on that in your journals. But that's what I wrote. I've been working hard on not allowing myself to put things in a box. I'm not focused right now on dualities. I'm focused on integration and balance. Okay. So those are our journals for the week. The ritual for this week is going to include Psalms 51 and Psalms 112. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about these Psalms for a moment. Where is my Psalm section of my notebook? Excuse me. All right, so Psalms 51 is a psalm that is about confession, repentance, forgiveness, and cleansing. Okay? We're recognizing our wrongdoings. We're taking the accountability. We are pleading with ourselves and with God for forgiveness and for cleansing. We're repenting and offering sincere contributions to make up for our wrongdoings. We have faith in the grace of God to push us through. We are committed to teaching others what we learned from this experience. And we are open to sacrifice, although we may feel broken. Okay? That is what Psalms 51 is bringing out of us. And the reason why we're going to say this is because we're making peace and we're clarifying our priorities. Your first priority always needs to be cleansing and protection. Okay? And Psalms 51 is going to put you right in the midst of that. When we speak about Psalms 112, where's my Psalm 112 note? Will you be my entourage? When we speak about Psalms 112, we're giving praise. We're welcoming the idea of righteousness. We're welcoming the meaning and significance of sacrifice. We're trusting ourselves to be fearless. We are calling in the light in the darkness. We are welcoming prosperity and generosity and just overall blessedness. Okay? It's a high praise and a call for that prosperity that we're asking for. Okay? So, those are our two Psalms. I did not pick out specific verses from these. I will be using Psalms 51 and Psalms 112 in their entirety. You don't have to. You're more than welcome to pick out you're more than welcome to pick out specific lines or verses in the song, in the psalm, but I just didn't do that because I feel like it's needed in totality. Okay, so Psalms 51 and Psalms 112, those are going to be our Psalms for this week. Okay, now I know earlier when I said our ritual was 10 steps, you guys were probably like, what the fuck, Shani? What kind of ritual are you about to have us do that's 10 steps long? Even though it's 10 steps long, it's not that much. The only thing that you're going to do first is you're going to find a quiet space in front of a mirror. You're going to sit in front of your mirror. You're going to speak this affirmation. When I gaze into the mirror, my reflection is crystal clear. I acknowledge the wisdom that resides within me. I am connected to everything around me, and I embrace my true essence. The wisdom within me radiates outward, creating a ripple effect. I find spaciousness and freedom by choosing to reflect upon myself. I grasp that true being goes beyond mere emotions. In this present moment, I see myself as I am. I am complete in my existence. I am that I am. Okay? You're going to sit in the mirror. You're going to say that affirmation. Write the affirmation down if you need to. I'm going to say it one more time, a little bit faster. When I gaze into the mirror, my reflection is crystal clear. I acknowledge the wisdom that resides within me. I am connected to everything around me, and I embrace my true essence. The wisdom within me radiates outward, creating a ripple effect. I find spaciousness and freedom by choosing to reflect upon myself. I grasp that true being goes beyond mere emotions. In this present moment, I see myself as I am. I am complete in my existence. I am that I am. Okay? You're going to say that affirmation in the mirror. Then you're going to sit in the mirror. You're going to ask yourself, what are my greatest fears? And you're going to openly and honestly look yourself into the eyes and answer yourself. Okay? Then you're going to ask yourself, how would the total destruction of my life look? Then you're going to look yourself into the eyes and you're going to answer yourself. Then you're going to ask yourself, what do I seek in people I love? And do I reflect that energy outwards? And you're going to honestly look yourself into your eyes and answer the question. Now, based on the fears, limitations, and shadows that came up with asking yourself those questions, you're going to write out 6 affirmations that dispel, reframe, or banish those fears. Ensure that the affirmations are positive and empowering to you. So, I'll give you guys an example. What are my greatest fears? Well, one of my biggest fears is failure. How would the total destruction of my life look? The total destruction of my life would look like me being stripped from everything that I've worked so hard for, including my peace. What do I seek in the people I love, and do I reflect that energy outwards? I just seek consistency, loyalty, respect, authenticity, and righteousness in the people that I love. And yes, I do reflect that outwards. Based on those, I would say an affirmation for my greatest fear, which is failure, is I never fail. Every single loss, setback, or delay is setting me up for success, knowledge, and wisdom. I would write something like that. An affirmation for the destruction of my life and being stripped of everything. My peace is not something that can be taken away from me, and I guard it with intent every day. That would be an affirmation for that. As far as the love and the energy that I reflect outwards, all of the authenticity, love, devotion, and depth that I pour out comes right back to me tenfold. And I would write down that affirmation. So once I've written out my 6 affirmations, then I'm going to go ahead and leave them there. I'm going to go take a bath. Okay? All you're going to need for your bath is salt and water. That's it. And you can take a shower as well, but I would recommend taking a bath. Sit in the water, baby. It's cancer season. Focus on cleansing yourself physically and energetically, letting go of any negative stagnant energy. Remain in the tub for at least 20 minutes. While you're in the tub, you need to recite Psalms 51. Okay? Then you're going to get out of the tub. You're going to dress your candle. You're going to use a white or yellow 7-day candle. You're going to dress it with dill, lavender, basil, jasmine, rose, and cinnamon. You can use olive oil, astral travel oil, mercury oil, or a mixture of lavender, clary sage, and olive oil to dress the candle. If you don't have all these herbs, use what you have. Everybody, I'm sure, has basil. You can find some rose petals, and everybody got cinnamon. If you don't have dill, you don't have lavender, you don't have jasmine, that's okay. But I would recommend that you at least have the dill, rose, and the cinnamon, okay? Or basil, rose, and cinnamon, I meant to say. These herbs are going to invoke prosperity, peace, beauty, protection, fast results, healing, cleansing, and money. Money, 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 money. Hey. Money, 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 money. Okay? I be getting to the money. Okay? So, white or yellow candle, you're going to use those herbs, regular olive oil, astral travel oil, or some type of mercury oil. Okay? If you have the Empowered by 11 Protect and Prosper oil, baby, this is the perfect time to pull it out and use that. Okay? So you're going to dress your candle. First you're going to poke holes in your candle. You're going to carve your initials into your candle. Then you're going to dress your candle with a little pinch, small pinch of each herb stuffed into the holes that you poke into the candle. You're going to add your oil. You're going to say your intentions and prayers over the candle, focusing on clarity, balance, calmness, prosperity, peace, and integration. You're going to recite Psalms 51 for cleansing and protection. And then you're going to light the candle. Okay? Then you're going to recite Psalms 112 in its entirety. Write down the entire Psalm 112 exactly as it's written. And then write it down a second time, breaking down each line and making it applicable to your personal situation. Once you've done that, you're going to take your affirmations and put them somewhere that means something to you. Put them on your altar, put them in your purse, put them in a plant, whatever means something to you. You're going to put them there. There is a 6-phase road opener meditation that I'm going to put into the description box of this video. You're going to do that meditation. I want to say it's like 12 minutes to close out the ritual. And that's it. That's going to conclude your ritual for week 3. Again, Psalms 51 and Psalms 112 are our Psalms for this week. I have given you guys your journals, and I will be back on Thursday with a prayer, meditation, and some yoga for us. I hope that you all have a lovely rest of your